evils throughout the earth, and the Lord hath done it. I want to give all the honor, glory, and praises unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashai, Bahasham, Rawacha, Kodash. Double honors to the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Saying honors to the elect. Peace and blessings be to all the sincere men, women, and children that do consist of the 1/3. And to the confusion of faces in the four corners of the earth. Shalom, shalom. I will believe in all of these articles in the description box so you can read it for yourself. But I want to make a quick video because prophecy is just taking off so heavily throughout the entire earth. And I just want to touch on some key points about how there's a lot of gun violence going on, not only here in America, but also around the world too. But mainly, in America is known as the mystery or Babylon in the Bible. And the Lord's going to make you fear him. The Lord's going to show his power. Okay? Because people don't understand that the Lord gives life. He also gives death. Not Satan, not the devil. They work for the Lord. They the left-hand side. 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. So the Lord do all these things. So that's a power to be feared of, a power to reverence. Now let me read Amos chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it? These are rhetorical questions because, yes, the Lord hath done it. And when it says the trumpet being blown, it's not a literal trumpet, but a trumpet being blown in times of antiquity, in the ancient times, you have to, have a vision, be a visionary, was a warning or a signal. And that's what the men of the Lord are doing every week. We're constantly going out there in the highways and byways, blowing the trumpet, warning our people, mainly the elect, of the evil that's to come. The nation of Israel, you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? Because the heathens are already ruling. You're ruling over us. You all have benefited from us going into captivity, which is also biblical prophecy as well. But nonetheless, though, let me not go too far off from the subject. I'm just going to read a couple articles, and I'm going to leave them in the description box. AP News, police, Serbia school shooter had list of students to target. Now, when the last time you heard of a shooting in Serbia? Somewhere out there in the far, I think it's Eastern Europe, right? A 13-year-old who opened fire Wednesday at his school in Serbia's capital drew sketches of classrooms and made a list of children he intended to target in a meticulously planned attack, police said. He killed 8 fellow students and a guard before calling the police and being arrested. Do you not know what kind of spirit that is? What kind of spirit you must have on you to commit such an act? And remember, the Lord, he's the father of spirits. The Lord put the spirit in him to do those things, man. That's what people don't understand. All right? Let's segue over. This is from Tyler.com. Bridemaid speaks out and slams stupid decision that cost bride her life on her wedding night. All right? So she got married and then died on the same night. Okay? And bridesmaid has spoken out after her best friend lost her life to an alleged drunk driver on the night of her wedding. And I mean, that's tragic. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I would be, wouldn't be devastated if the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with was to perish that way. But even I know better not to be getting married in these last days. I'm just saying in general. This is Jeremiah 16:1. The word of the Lord came also unto me, saying, Thou shalt not take thee a wife, neither shalt thou have sons or daughters in this place. All right? See, at the time we're living in, it's not the time for family, the time for trying to get acquainted with a woman. All right? A time to build. This is a time to reinforce your faith and endure to the end, because all hell is going to break loose, man. There's no time for no lovey-dovey here. I'm only talking to the men of the Lord and the few sisters that do believe. Okay? Now segueing over to the next article. Atlanta shooting suspect has been charged with murder. Okay? Check this out. The suspect in a mass shooting in Atlanta that left one woman dead and 4 others wounded has been charged with 1 count of murder and 4 counts of aggravated assault, Fulton County Jail records show. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe the other suspects were also women. All right? And man, I have no pity for the women of what's to come to them. The only women, if I pray the Lord give me the power, only women I'm gonna be worried about protecting will be my mother, of course, Lord willing, my aunt, and the few sisters that believe. Because when we get those new bodies, we're gonna get new spirits, so we're gonna know who's the righteous and who the wicked automatically. But all you 2/3 and you chicken heads and you very promiscuous, modern, independent women, then depend on yourself. Okay. Isaiah 32. Verse 11, tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Right, it's going to be an evil time we are approaching, man. And you're going to learn to fear the Lord, or you're going to learn today. All right. This also happened in Georgia. From AP News, official. Gunman kills 3, then self in rural Georgia town. Come on, man. Dang, I didn't even know his relatives. I just seen all these titles. A Georgia man shot 2 of his relatives in a fast food worker dead before killing himself on Thursday in rural South Georgia, the local coroner said. What? Hold on. The shooter killed his mother and grandmother? At 2 neighboring homes and killed a woman at a McDonald's restaurant in downtown Moultrie. Colquitt County Coroner C. Verlin Brock told the Associated Press. He said the gunman then shot him. Man, wow. I didn't even. This is my first time reading some of these articles for real. He killed his mother and his grandmother. I can't fathom that. Nah, man. I couldn't do that. Oh my God. But that just goes to show you the spirits, man, that are lingering right now. Can you understand that? Check this out. This is Sirach chapter chapter 39 verse 28. There be spirits. Listen, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. And the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Let that sink in, y'all. I remember I opened up with the Lord giveth life and the Lord killeth, right? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Remember I say he's the father of spirits? The Lord put the spirit on that man to do that. I can't fathom. But remember what the Lord said, my thoughts are not your thoughts and my ways are not your ways. Right? Man, I didn't want to make this long, but I got to get to it. Now, remember, this has been going on in Texas. There's news that's been viral. There was a man there was a northern tribe man shooting his AR-15 in front of his yard. The neighbors asked him, could you please shoot somewhere else because they had a child trying to go to sleep. He wound up shooting 5 of them and killing them. And if I'm not mistaken, when the officers arrived on the scene, they seen 2 women laying on top of children bleeding. They were dead because they were trying to protect the children. Man, y'all want to stay here? I'm talking about 2/3. Y'all want to stay here? I want to get the hell out of this place, man. You know. 5 people, including a 9-year-old boy, were killed Friday night at their Texas home, by a neighbor who was armed with an AR-15 style rifle. You know, and I'm just gonna end it right there. I'm gonna stop it right there. But let's go to show you, man, the fury of the Lord too. You're going to show you that the Lord has the power of death. People don't understand that. A gruesome way of you going out. You either go out in your sleep or you can go out in a gruesome way like some of these people went out. My grandmother, she in the spirit world right now. You don't want to know how the Lord took her out? She was in a nursing home. On Mother's Day, my mother and my aunt went to go see her. And the year before that, I told my aunt I don't celebrate Mother's Day. That morning, they went to go see my grandmother. She was already in the spirit world on Mother's Day morning. See how the Lord works? But with that being said, I pray you was edified and fed. Stay in the spirit. Don't fear it. Just endure it. Ask for forgiveness. Pray without ceasing. Stay humble. Remain diligent. Kwame Sha'Allah. Wafla Babal. Shalom.